One of the biggest time sinks when creating online forms is having to manually input all of the different options for things like drop-down or multiple choice questions. Wouldn't it be great if there was a way where you could just grab the list that you already have in a spreadsheet and use that to populate your form? Well, you can, and today I'm going to show you how. So I've got a Google form here, which is to update student information for a university. You can see we ask for their ID number, the name, date of birth, email address, their major, and their enrollment status as well. The thing is, I want to make sure if they update their information that it definitely matches the rest of the data that I have in the spreadsheet. So I want to take this student ID number question and make it a drop-down list of all of the ID numbers that I know exist. To do this in Google Forms, I'm going to use an add-on called Form Ranger. So I'm going to click on the three dots at the top here, go down to Get Add-ons. And add-ons are tools made by third parties, not necessarily by Google, that add functionality to Google Forms. I'm going to search for Form Ranger in the box here, and we're looking for this one by New Vision's Cloud Lab, and I'm going to click Install. Now, it's going to need some permissions. You should always check if you're using a third-party tool that you're happy for that tool to access the information in your form. I'm going to click Continue, and I go through and select my account, click Continue, and it's showing me all of the access that I'm providing to this tool. In order to use Form Ranger, I have to click Allow, and now it's been installed. So once it's installed, I'm going to close the Marketplace tab here, and you see I have this jigsaw piece icon at the top of the screen now. And I'm going to click Form Ranger and choose Start, and you can see it opens up the side panel. Now, the student ID number question doesn't appear here. That's because I need to make it a drop-down or a multiple choice question. So I'm going to click on this question, go over to the question type here, and choose drop-down. Then over on the Form Ranger side panel, click Update Question List, and you can see now we see student ID number. Before I connect this with the spreadsheet, let me just show you what that spreadsheet looks like. It's a simple list. It has an ID number for every student, their name, and the rest of their information in here as well. And what we're going to do is connect Form Ranger to the form to pull all of those ID numbers and add them as options into that drop-down. So back in the form here, I'm going to tick Populate from Range and click this plus button next to the drop-down box here to create a new range. This is where I need to select a spreadsheet from my Google Drive. There's the student list spreadsheet, so I click it and choose Select. And you can see it asks me to select the sheet. There is only one in this spreadsheet. And then the column header, and it's already got the right one, the ID number column header. But I could click there and choose any of the other information if I wanted to. Click Next. Then I need to give it a name. So I'm going to call it ID numbers and save and populate question. There you go. All of the ID numbers have been added to that drop-down question. I don't have to individually go and type them. Now, when a student goes to fill out the form, here's what they see, the drop-down where they choose their number, and they would then put that updated information in the rest of the form here. Wouldn't it be helpful, though, if when they selected their ID number, the rest of the form was automatically filled out with their information, and they could just update it as they needed? Well, that's what we could do in Jotform with the Spreadsheet to Form widget. So let's switch over to Jotform here. I have a similar form. It looks for full name, date of birth, email address, their major and enrollment status. And Jotform has thousands of form templates, so you don't even need to create something like this from scratch. You can just choose one from the library. Once you've got the form, you're going to click on Add Element over on the side here. There are way more question types in Jotform than in Google Forms. You could pick one of these, but we're going to go over to widgets today. So we scroll down and we're looking for a widget called Spreadsheet to Form. I'm going to click and drag it to the top of my form here to become the first question in the form. And on the right-hand side, we can see there's a side panel with the widget settings where I can upload a file. So I downloaded an Excel version of that Google Sheet earlier on. I'm going to click Upload, choose that student list file from my computer, and click Open. And now it asks me to choose the access code column. That just means what piece of information do I want the person to type in for it to auto-complete the rest of the form. For me, it's ID number. And I can scroll down and look at the other options here. For example, I can change the button text. So I'm going to say, rather than autocomplete fields, I'm going to put find student information, like so. If I scroll down further, I could change the loading text, put in a different error if it can't find the student based on the ID number, and so on. Click Update at the bottom of the panel here, and I'm going to make sure that I've got a question in this box. So I'm going to put student ID number like this. So now when I look at the form, there's student ID number at the top where they will find the rest of their student information. It will then pre-fill all of the boxes. They can make changes if they want to, and then submit. Let's see what that looks like by going to the Publish tab at the top of Jotform. When it comes to sharing Jotform forms, there are more options than you see in Google Forms, so I can just quickly copy this link, or my favorite is to scroll down and click on the QR code option, so you can quickly download a QR code that people could scan to access this form. You also have the option to embed on websites, and there are integrations with third-party platforms as well. And you can even send emails for people to complete the form right from inside Jotform. For now, I'm going to go back to Quick Share and choose Open a New tab. Here's what that form looks like. So if I go to that first text box, type in a student ID number and click Find Student Information, it brings up all of their student information, and then I could make changes as I need to. For example, I'm actually now a part-time student. Then they submit. So that's how you can make forms more quickly by using data that you have in spreadsheets to populate your form questions. Google Forms is great for really simple forms if you want to pull that data in and have people fill out the rest of the questions themselves. But with Jotform, there's lots more customization where you can add a question with the spreadsheet to form widget where the rest of the answers will be auto-completed. But there are tons of other widgets like appointment booking slots and integrations with tools like MailChimp and Zapier. You can try out both the options I've shown you today using the links in the description. And if this video was helpful, don't forget to drop it a like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.